This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
A sexual harassment professor is weighing in on the Tri-West child seduction case. I'm Call 6 Investigates Kara Kenny with why she says the system failed.
There's a potential rain-snow mix for tomorrow morning, but I'm anxious to tell you about what happens after that.
Being able to show baby hope today really just shows everyone what they're supporting, and that's what they're supporting.
A very special little girl helps unveil a new baby box in central Indiana, her incredible journey. And she isn't even 3 years old yet.
The United States declares a public health emergency because of the coronavirus. A local university and 2 major U.S. airlines with new restrictions on travel to China, plus an update on the possible case in northern Indiana.
The yeas are 49. The nays are 51. The motion is not agreed to.
Breaking news tonight. The United States Senate votes against calling witnesses in the President Trump impeachment trial. That vote was very close. 51 senators were against calling witnesses. 49 were in favor of it. So there will be no witnesses called in the impeachment trial. That means the president could be one step closer to an acquittal vote. An expert on sexual harassment says the system failed a 17-year-old high school student in Hendricks County.
Tri-West coach and teacher Tyler Bruce was charged this week with child seduction for his alleged relationship with a student. Call 6 Investigates Kara Kenny spoke with an expert who says she found numerous instances where adults dropped the ball.
These are the court documents for Tri-West teacher Tyler Bruce. We sent them to Dr. Jennifer Droback here at the IU McKinney School of Law, and we asked her to review them. Professor Dr. Jennifer Droback has written books on the sexual exploitation of teenagers as well as sexual harassment. She reviewed court documents in the Tyler Bruce case.
Shocking.
The Tri-West high school teacher is charged with child seduction for an alleged inappropriate relationship with a 17-year-old student. Court documents show the school became aware of the allegations in February after a report they were spotted working out alone together in the weight room. Records show then Tri-West principal Adam Benner told other administrators any concerns about Bruce and the student should be brought directly to him. Court documents say the teen's parents and the Department of Child Services were not notified at that time.
It should have been investigated. And the fact that parents didn't know, the police didn't know, school officials didn't report this, this is not debatable. This is clearly, if true, a violation of law, and this child was not protected.
It wasn't until May that DCS and the sheriff's office were made aware and started investigating. And that's when the alleged victim's family finally learned about the case.
Every parent in Indiana should be outraged that it took this long for administrators to contact the parents.
Droback says the delay allowed the alleged relationship between Bruce and the student to continue for months. She also questions why the sheriff's office did not execute a warrant for Bruce's phone until July, 2 months into the criminal investigation. Bruce is charged with obstruction of justice because when detectives closed in, they say Bruce had already removed the SIM card from his phone.
You go after that phone immediately. There's no debate, again, no question. You get a warrant. Obviously, you need to comply with due process.
The sheriff's office says it will not discuss details of the case as it's now in the hands of the prosecutor. In addition to charging Bruce, prosecutors also charge former principal Adam Benner with failure to report. He's due in court in March.
Adults need to wake up and take responsibility. In this age of, it's not my problem, this is not my child, well, tomorrow it could be your child.
Dr. Droback says this case is a good reminder to schools and to everyone in Indiana that we're all required to report allegations of child abuse and neglect immediately. I'm Call 6 Investigates Kara Kenny.
And just into the RTV6 newsroom, we have a response from the school district on Dr. Droback's comments. They tell us, quote, the Northwest Hendricks Hendricks School Corporation is focused on the safety of our students and restoring community trust. To that end, we have made dramatic changes to our procedures, policies, staff training, and expectations. We will continue working hard to make the necessary changes and reaching out to our community for their help and ideas, end quote. Now, Tyler Bruce is on unpaid suspension. He has not provided a comment on the charges to RTV6. Adam Benner has also not responded to our request for an interview.
The snow has moved out of parts of central Indiana. Kevin has his eye on the temperatures and your weekend forecast.
And Kevin, what are you tracking for our Saturday and Sunday? I would love to see some
Anytime
sunshine.
Warmer temperatures and the weekend come together, that's a good thing.
That's what's happening?
With some sunshine.
All right.
Amanda, we'll have that. Well, Shelbyville was one of the spots, had around a ½ inch of snow this morning. The airport on the southwest side of Marion County, officially just a trace. Southern Marion County did have enough to cover, and Shelbyville down to Bedford, Columbus, all the snow that was around this morning is gone this evening. Wintry mix possible tomorrow. The headline, I think, of the weekend, though, really the sunshine that comes back on Sunday. Temperatures will peak early next week. As far as the precipitation, it's well off to the west tonight. It will not be a part of your Friday night plans. Temperatures that are in the 30s now will stay in the 30s overnight. We wake up, western Indiana, little rain snow mix. I'll finish that timeline for you coming up.
I want women to trust us. I want women to come here if they need to use this resource. This box offers no shame, no blame, and no names.
Tonight, for the very first time, we are getting to see the results and the impact a Safe Haven baby box can have on the life of a child. Our Nicole Griffin is sitting down tonight with the adopted parents of the first infant ever surrendered at a baby box in Indiana.
I have something very special for you.
A special surprise for a special little girl.
She's great. She's the best baby. From the day they brought her home, she slept through the night, didn't fuss, doesn't cry.
Grace Marie Harger is now 2 years old. She loves fire trucks, and it's only fitting because a fire station is where she ended up, inside a Safe Haven baby box the day she was born.
A lot of people just see, the story at the beginning. They don't get to see what these boxes are doing for families.
Phil and Misty Harger struggled with infertility for years. They hope to be able to adopt a baby of their own. In July of 2017, they were able to adopt a baby boy born into addiction. And in May of 2018, they adopted Grace. She was surrendered to a Safe Haven baby box in Michigan City on November 7th, 2017.
Every morning I wake her up, I just say a little prayer and thank God that she's in my crib and in my home, that she's alive and well and happy. And I thank God for the mother that gave her up so that she could be with us.
It's a blessing. I mean, like I said, we pray every day for her. It's been awesome.
Until now, their story has been private, but they wanted to share it at the unveiling of a new baby box in Johnson County.
We just want her to feel a part of this. Like, this is not something that's a shameful thing, or that wasn't, everything that was done out of love for her and for her birth mother. So we want her to grow up seeing that.
The fire chief here at the White River Township Fire Department says he hopes they never have to use the Safe Haven baby box. But if they do, he has a message for mothers out there who may be struggling.
As difficult of a decision as it might be, that child will be in good hands, and it will have a hope and a future, and it'll be loved and cared for.
5 infants have been safely surrendered in a Safe Haven baby box in Indiana since November of 2017. And Grace is an example of why the boxes in our communities are so important. Working for you in Johnson County, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Nicole, thank you. A big blessing for a family from a little girl. Well, Safe Haven law allows a person to surrender a healthy newborn 30 days old or younger without fear of criminal prosecution. Indiana is one of 5 states with updated Safe Haven laws. The national hotline is 1-866-99-BABY-1.
Developing tonight, the United States declares a public health emergency due to the spread of the coronavirus. President Trump has announced that people who pose a risk of transmitting the virus will be temporarily suspended from entering the U.S. Following a series of tests, the Centers for Disease Control has determined that a person who needed medical attention in northern Indiana does not have the coronavirus. The Porter County Health Department says a person traveling through the area sought medical attention on January 27th. Based on the person's travel history, history and physical symptoms, the health department and CDC felt the person could have the virus. But tests were negative, and the person has been released from the hospital. Because of the coronavirus, Indiana University has implemented travel restrictions to China. IU says it has suspended travel to China for all students, faculty, and staff. The school says it will grant exemptions for humanitarian reasons for those traveling to countries to assist with pandemic response. IU will reconsider travel to China when advisories are modified. Delta Airlines and American Airlines say they will suspend all flights between the U.S. and China. American said it will stop flying to China starting today and running through March 27th. Delta plans to wait until February 6th to suspend flights to and from China to help travelers there leave the country. Delta will stop the flights through April 30th.
More flu deaths reported in Indiana, and the Indiana State Department of Health says there are now 45 Hoosiers dead this season because of the flu. That's up from 38 last week, and most people dying from the flu are 65 and older. Last year at this time, there were only 20 deaths. Doctors say it is not too late to get your flu shot. An exhibit dedicated to educating people on the drug epidemic in Indiana will open to the public tomorrow at the Indiana State Museum. The Fix will be at the museum until February 2021. The exhibit will feature stories of recovery, information on the science and biology behind an opioid abuse disorder, and information behind other health crises nationwide. Now, while the exhibit is open, the State Museum is planning to host panels and events around the state.
Would have been easier to look toward another exhibit to honor our heritage or our past, but this is dealing with the present and the future and some tough past experiences in Hoosiers' lives. And to be here at the State Museum, as Kathy mentioned, it's such a credible, trusted place, and to have the traffic from all walks of life, folks who are dealing with all different sorts of circumstances. I promise you, you will not be able to go through this exhibit without getting chills or tearing up.
From 1 to 2 Saturday afternoon, there will be a free naloxone training event. That's the official name for Narcan. It's happening at the Indiana State Museum Auditorium.
Tonight on RTV6 News at 11, we are taking a look at the unsolved murder of Angie Barlow, showing you what's been done in the 3 years since her untimely death to help police solve the crime. Angie disappeared back in October of 2016. Her family put up billboards and banners and handed out flyers pleading for any information that could help them find their daughter. Sadly, she was found dead 8 months later, buried on this property on the northeast side of Indy. Now Lauren Van Sickle has made it her mission to help Angie's friends and family get some closure.
You cannot run from this forever. I mean, and what happens in the dark always comes to light.
Well, Lauren is co-hosting the locally produced podcast Crime Pursuit, dedicating 3 episodes to the Angie Barlow case. We'll follow along with those involved tonight at 11 as they try to get justice for Angie.
Moving now to the RTV6 news feed, we are learning more about a homicide investigation in Greencastle. The Putnam County coroner says the cause of death for 45-year-old Melissa Atkinson is blunt force trauma. Greencastle police found Atkinson dead Wednesday near East Berry Street and South College Avenue, just a few blocks from the DePaul University campus. Police say they are treating this as a homicide investigation. However, investigators tell us this is an isolated incident. There is no concern for the public. Call the Greencastle Police Department with any information.
Indianapolis-based USA Gymnastics is offering sexual abuse survivors millions of dollars to settle claims connected to former national team Dr. Larry Nassar. They are offering $215 million, saying that is the amount that the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee are willing to provide. USA Gymnastics faces dozens of lawsuits from athletes who were abused by Nassar.
Another concert announcement. The band 5 Seconds of Summer is coming to Indy. 5 Seconds of Summer, known for their hit song Young Blood, will perform at the amphitheater at White River State Park on Friday, August 21st. Tickets go on sale Friday, February 7th. Hiring Hoosiers, many high-paying jobs are now available.
And there's a job fair tomorrow, the important task that you could perform for the federal government.
And I'm Dave First. Week 8 of Hoosier Hoop Hysteria, coaches versus cancer tonight, which of course takes on a whole new meaning and much different and deeper meaning here at Beech Grove High School. That story coming up here at RTV6.
And the temperature climb begins this weekend. Highs will move into the 50s. We'll let you know when they peak coming up.
One call, that's all.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Hiring Hoosiers is RTV6's commitment to connect you with job opportunities. It's 2020 and this is a census year. Tomorrow the federal government will hold a job fair to hire people to collect census data. It's happening at the Indy Census office tomorrow from noon until 2 in the afternoon. That's located at 151 West Ohio Street downtown. The hourly pay rate for a census taker is between $18.50 an hour to $25 per hour.
We did not move the needle today. No measurable snowfall for Indianapolis. That means we'll go in the books here with 0.3 of an inch for the month of January, the 8th lowest total in Indy history. How about that? Temperatures as we go into the first weekend of February on the cool side tomorrow, closer to average. Let's put it that way. And then we make a big jump. Sunday temperatures in the 50s. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday still mild. We'll call Tuesday a transition day to the cooler temperatures. We'll have some rain around then. There's your high temperature to end the weekend. That comes with sunshine. Of course, it's Groundhog Day, and I think you can enjoy 54 degrees with sunshine. Off to the west tonight, you see that rain and snow combination. Nothing heavy here. Will continue to make its way to the east, and I think be a part of the hours leading up to, say, midday on Saturday. 41 in Terre Haute and Sullivan. Temperature in Indy down 1 degree from last hour at 38. The wind is pretty calm. Chance for some morning snow mixing with rain, especially in the western half of the state, around 40%. As it moves east, it looks like it thins out. 7 a.m. Lafayette to Terre Haute, some rain mixing with snow. You see that pushes east toward Indy by 9 a.m. That initial wave just kind of fades away. We may well see some drizzle last at times through the day. Temperature at noon, 37. There's your mix in the morning. In the afternoon, we go dry. Temperatures make their move on 40 degrees or a little bit warmer. Saturday temperatures noticeably cooler than what they'll be for the second half of the weekend. Our wind picks up on Sunday. We'll see gusts to 30 miles per hour. It's a warmer wind. It will start to boost our temperatures well above average by about 20 degrees. Sunshine will help. Sunshine helps a lot of things. 46 at noon on Sunday. Afternoon reading 54 degrees. Temperatures to the south in the upper 50s, anywhere from Terre Haute to Columbus, down through Bedford and Seymour. The party's over, though, by Wednesday and Thursday, so the mild air will be pushed to the south and east out of the picture, and that means by the time we get to Wednesday, we're back in the 40s. And in the 7-day forecast, you'll see Thursday and Friday are back in the 30s. Nothing Arctic, but it is a change. But at least 4 out of the next 7 days will be in the 50s. So let's join Dave now. He's in Beech Grove this evening. I'm watching him. He's having a conversation with a coach. We'll catch his attention here in a second. Dave, how are you? Yeah, he's caught up there.
How you doing? We are talking basketball here. We're live tonight at Beech Grove High School, week 8 of Hoosier Hoop Hysteria. We're just talking about our 3rd and 4th grade kids playing travel basketball, which is a trip, right?
Yes, sir. Hey, it's nothing like it, that's for sure, Coach.
Big night tonight as they take on Lutheran. Coaches versus cancer night. And obviously here at Beech Grove, it takes on a very special meaning. It's been just over a year now since we lost the late, great Matt English, and tonight's going to be special, isn't it?
Oh, it's, the whole day is going to be special. And like I was talking to Coach English's wife earlier, it's not about being sad today. I think it's a day of remembering Coach English, what he stood for, the mantra "We Before Me," and the boys are looking forward to tonight's game for sure.
And you've got something else going on back at home you want to talk about too?
Yes, sir. We got actually a 4th grade kid. His name's Bobby McCarty. We just want to let him know, Dave, that he's in our prayers, and the Hornet basketball program's behind you, Bobby.
Absolutely. This is a big game. A couple of undefeated teams in the conference, so this could go a long way in perhaps winning a conference championship.
I think so, Dave. Lutheran has a really, really good basketball team. They're well coached. Kids play very hard. So it should be a pretty entertaining game tonight. We're looking forward to it.
All right, we're going to continue our 4th and 3rd grade basketball talk after the show. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Dave.
Mike Renfro, the head coach here at Beech Grove. Take a look at our schedule tonight. A busy one. Got this one covered covered for you, as well as some mid games. Ben Davis, Warren Central, HCC, Noblesville. How about Tri-West and Danville? Danville, 3A number 2. That's a big one. Tipton, Hamilton Heights. All the scores and highlights tonight at 11 on Hoosier Hoop Hysteria. After a day off, the Pacers, hey, they're back at the practice facility. Still a lot of buzz about what happened Wednesday night. More so, though, for Domas Sabonis. Last night named an All-Star for the first time, added by the league's coaches. Sabonis is averaging a double-double, 18 and 13. He isn't really one to boast, so it took a pretty even-keeled approach after practice today. But his buddy Victor Oladipo, who was traded with him from OKC a couple years ago, man, he's just as proud.
You know, I always thought to play basketball the right way. Coach wants us to play basketball the right way, and I always believe if your team wins and you play basketball the right way, you know, good things are going to happen.
You know, this is big for both of us. We both knew we could play at this level and be these kind of players. So for the whole world to see his potential and his growth and see his what he means to this team and what he means to this organization is huge.
And they host the Knicks. Big one tomorrow night. Finally, first and foremost from Miami, Super Bowl weekend. One of the highlights will come tomorrow night when we start to find out the Hall of Fame selections. The Colts' Edgerrin James is on the ballot for the 4th time. The 99 Rookie of the Year, 2 NFL rushing titles. Part of the triplets back in the day. Played in 2 conference championship games. 13th on the all-time rushing list. And don't forget about Reggie. First time for him on the ballot. Reggie Wayne, we'll find out if he's heading to Canton. Played in 14 seasons, second only to the late, great Johnny Unitas for the Colts organization. A first-round draft pick back in 2001, 6-time Pro Bowler, caught 100 passes 4 times in his career, 10th on the all-time receiving list. Good luck to both Edgerrin James and Reggie. I'll be chanting that once again if Reggie Wayne gets to Canton come tomorrow night. Scores and highlights, Week 8 of Hoosier Hoop Hysteria. Until then, the News at 6 continues on a special night, Coaches versus Cancer night, here at RTV6.
And Keller, right now.
Today's RTV6 photo of the day comes to us from Nick Harvey.
Nick sent us a photo of his beautiful drawing of Monument Circle.
Yeah, and as you can see, Nick's illustration is focused on the Soldiers and Sailors Monument, a really cool and creative drawing of the Circle City there. Hey, send in your photo of the day to news@WRTV.com, and of course, you can send us your creativity.
I like that. So you know how sometimes they say you have a drop the mic moment?
Yes.
He had a drop the pen moment. You finished
I like
it up?
Done.
Maybe we can get some nice sunny photos on Sunday.
Start drawing.
See you back here at 7.